Sorry, messed it up. Give me a sec. Alright, now then, let's just jump straight into it, because I'm getting distracted the moment anyone shows up in chat, so I need to get started. Oh, we are not getting any progress done. Oh, hey, it's the bits for the shoulders. So, feet, we need B, this is A, this is B. 9. We need both instances of it. It's good the feet are done identically, so that's nice and easy to do. You can just do them both at once. Then you also need PC3, which is these two. And then once you have those, plug them in with the whole parts that the legs can plug into facing up the way. That's why they've got flat parts, so they can make sure they've got these flat sides and all that. Lets them connect in good and properly. And that is a problem though. I can't get it to focus on the build, and I can't like, camera quality is only what it focuses on. It only focuses on the ground, so it has to be close to the ground to be good quality, but then it's too far away to be nice and easy to see. You alright? Little headlight's not acting too well. Either way though, back over to A, where we grab bottom of the feet, and 32 as well, which are these two bits. There you go. Now then, everything here needs to be gone over, so let's get to it. What was I saying yesterday about clinking the glass too much? Yeah, this is the type that just gets a tiny little speck that won't get properly dealt with. I'm a little concerned something's going to happen with that. Either way, on to the next part. Is the light flickering visible on stream? Yeah, you can kind of see it. It'll certainly get a little brighter. Okay, it's happening more often now, so it's a bit concerning. no flickering. Nope, it's still flickering. Okay, seems like it's done then. No, it's still going. Will not behave. Guess that's just my life now then. There we go. Now we got one clipped off. See, that gets nice and clean. Okay, we can't really see, but it gets nice and properly cleaned up. Red just does not like to comply. White doesn't really need to. Due to how it already is the colour of the scarf. Grey is very good. It behaves well. Okay, I need to test something. Also need to do this. Alright, so what I'm thinking, move the water glass so I don't accidentally spill it. And then incoming flashbang. Alright, let's see if it flickers now. Alright. That's annoying. That means my USB hub has some problems with it. Either way, we got work to do. Now we just plug them in. Just get you nicely plugged in. There we go. There's a slight gap at the front of the feet. There's nothing else that goes there, so it's just meant to be a little gap. You can kind of see just like that little black zone between the white and red. There we go. That's the feet done. And I'm actually going to take a moment and try to see if I can finagle this into being good. Why was my finger Is it the light? Yeah, okay, it's because I'm not using the white light, I'm using like the orangey sort of light. Oh, no, it's actually orange. Why is the camera making my fingers look yellow? They do not look like that. Either way, a little bit of zooming in has gone a long way. Alright, that's certainly an improvement. Now then, next step. Lots of A and PC. So we need PC 11, 1 and 11. Here is 11. Now from 1 we need to get 27, 29, and 30. Not too big a deal, since they're going to be inside bits. I just want to make sure there'll be no issues of them having bits sticking out. I do hope in the future they make it so that the runners only connect to parts that it's okay to snip off. But I know for some parts that's impossible, like for these parts of the wings, it can only really attach to this part here at the ball joints. I guess it could also like connect to the top of these parts, which are going to get covered by stuff. But like there's too many where there'd only be 1 or 2 points where it needs 3. Or ones like this which would only ever have 1. No, because it covers stuff. A lot of these could actually just be attached into parts. No, because like this one would be too difficult to get them out of the inside parts. It's not too feasible. But like if they designed it to be that way, it might be. Yep, it's all good. Goes and connects in here. So it's just got the nice little bits to stick in. Facing that way and that way. These connect together. Yep. This connects flat side up. means it'll have a little bit of movement to it. I think. Anyway, that's that part done. Now we're over here. And we look at the development chart while we're here. Now what we need is B and PC. Alright, so we'll put away A for a moment then. Get out B. You can see it's got all the leg parts already. We want 4, which is this one down here, the one closest to the letter. We want 6 and 10. And we also want 1 and 2. Alrighty then. That's 10, that's 6. One and 2. Now let's clean them all up and put them to use. This is going to be quite easy since it's just making sure there's no visible nubs. Scuff just vanishes into this. B4, and now PC1 and 10 get plugged into it. There we go. Make sure that the connection points of 10 are going up and down on the part. Oh, I did it the wrong way around. It's meant to be down here at the bottom. This one goes at the... No, this one goes at the bottom facing down, and 10 is at the top. Sorry, I got confused there for a moment. And then 10. Oh, make sure it's nice and clean. There we go. This plugs in on the other side. we go, nice and proper. Then these parts come along. Clean up B1. Oh. Yep. And it attaches onto, you can see lines along here and all that. Lines along here. They just slide into each other. Then it's basically the same over here. This one gets cleaned up. And then forms the other side. Which point making sure you're facing the right way on both parts. The little part moves facing forwards, like this. Slide them together. Now you've got the two pegs up here. They're going to get covered up in a moment. But this is the part that like the foot plugs into and all that. Make sure it's facing the correct way. Move it to the side just so that you can see everything properly. F, alright. G, B is needed, A is needed, that's C, which by process of elimination makes this one F. Yep, that is F. And out of F you need the GN canister or something. Because you need 8 and 9. You know, it's funny, it still hasn't bothered to tell me which leg this is, it's just that this is one of the legs. Plug it in, thicker side goes in, there is a little thing inside, I'll see if I can, nah, it doesn't really show, but it kind of did. You can see there's a bit that shows where it goes. Make sure to clean everything out. Little nub in the middle here, just flatten it down, it's going to get covered, so clean it's not too important. Now head over to C and get 14 and 16, alright. Definitely. Yeah, 14 and 16. 14 and 15 are dual-sided. So one goes on one side, one goes on the other. And by side I mean leg. But 16 is the same either way. So we just make that. Get that nice and cleaned up. Man, the GN Sword 2 blaster really is cool. I wish I could read. I cannot read the synopsis about it. bit sad, but hey, maybe I will be able to one day. Alright. So, facing this way. This goes this way. Yeah, there's a little plug thing that shows how they connect. Then this one goes... They just slide into one another around the canister thing. Whatever it is. That part has the two holes in the back and connects in. That forms the knee. There we go, that's the knee made. So from here we get A1. You'll see one side has the bit and then a bump, and then the other side just has it and it's flat. Here's where the bump is. And there's a decal that goes on. So we wet and dry it. Oh. Yeah, it does not... I'm not gonna lie, this knee part, it doesn't feel like it connects very well. Grab the decal. There we go. Now we place this on. Doesn't really have anything to connect to. So it's a little loose. That's a bit strange. Either way, B3 goes on now. Oh, okay, so this part comes on over the top and holds the clear bit in. Yeah, see, it's got a little bit that goes over it to hold it in place. Alright, that's good. There we go. Nice and proper. From here, you grab one of the feet, plug it into the bottom. And this is the right leg now, I can tell, because of this one being on the this side. Swap B out for A. PC1. And now 10 and 12. Oh, yep, here it is. Now clean up these parts. It's gonna get covered by the skirt anyway, but still. Plug it so that the flat side is facing. Okay, well, we're moving from this one. Yeah, it's facing away from the back bit. You know, it's always the flat side that's getting pointed outwards. I wonder if there's any models that point the curved side outwards. There we go. Face it that way. Now we have the leg done. Throw that off to the side and get started on the second. 28, 26, and 31. Alright. I do love the little jump parts too, but I have to make sure smaller parts don't go flying. So it can be somewhat stressful as well. That final snip. One more bit to scrape up. Now we get some bits from over here, that being 1 and 11. Do love this fact that I can just spin the PC parts off. Now then, let's plug them in. Honestly, it doesn't really matter which side this one goes on, because it's going to be held in tight against the walls anyway. Plugs on like that. This plugs on like that. Alright, there we go. Head over to B for the next part. Basically just grab all the same parts as last time. Do we use 8 anywhere? Probably later, but it doesn't seem like we use it just yet. Now let's just scrape everything clean. And we will re-inspect every part as we make use of it. So, this one plugs into this one, so this one's the base. It gets this part, which is all good. Plug that in there. If it would like to go in, please, that would be nice. Oh, then it must be this one. No, it doesn't want to connect in with that either. Wait, oh, it's the higher up part that it plugs into. My bad. Either way, we also grab PC10. The last PC10, in fact. Boom. Yeah, it just plugs on then. Yeah, so the PC10 wasn't meant to go up and down the way, it's meant to go sideways across it. So now we grab this part back. So I've actually been reading from this one instead of this one, so that's why I've been getting mixed up a little. Oh wait, this is the back part, not the front part. Alright, now before we continue, I have actually missed a decal. A few decals, actually. Meant to be a thing running down each of these. Now apply to both sides. Yep, definitely these grey ones then. Yeah, that's a lot better looking. A lot more pizzazz than just another blank white part. So now let's throw the other two on. Oh, got pulled down a little. Yep. Ah, I moved it over to the side. Last one. There we go. That's that one completed. Yep. There we go. Next up, the second or third last decal. Now, go over to C. get 15, 16. Go over to A and get the last A1. Make sure it's somewhere where it's easily visible. And then the little GN canister thingy on this leg. I'm so excited to build this. Big sword. There we go. Yeah, that's all good. I cannot wait for Mecha Break. I have my 2 flight sticks prepared. And there's going to be an announcement on the 12th, likely to do with the story mode. Which I was saying, I was hoping that there's a story mode because I wasn't too sure if story was just going to be for that one tutorial and then nothing else, or and then like all the missions that you play for 66 is meant to be taking place in the world and stuff, but no, they actually will be having a proper story mode. So I'll definitely be a Mecha Break streamer whenever I don't have Gundams to build. Obviously we'll play other things too, but can't go wrong with some Mecha Break. Oh, this is nice. This is a good beat. Right, there we go. Attaches on like that. There we go, nice and proper. From here we go over to A, where we get these two, 11 and 9. I've listened to this so many times. All the sound bites are recognizable to me now. it good or bad that it no longer drives me insane listening to it over and over? PC1. Plug in, damn you. Why do you refuse to cooperate? Alright, take a drink of water, then continue. Alright, back to it. There we go, finally. That all just connects nicely. You plug into the... Oh. Oh, that's not good. I missed a part. I missed a very important part. What part was that? I forgot a PC1. So let's grab a PC1. I could have sworn that I'd gotten it. No. No. Man. That's annoying. Right, so I focused on getting this thing plugged in first. Ended up forgetting to grab the other one. That's alright though, problem solved now. Just slide this, it goes under the part, oh no. Goes under the part that holds it in place, there we go. This gets clipped on like so. And then grab a foot. There we go, 2 down. Now, A, 34 and 44. That's the legs attached together. And this is the part that covers over where a peg hole is. Alright, so the flat side facing towards the back. on the both of them, so that the pointy side is going forwards on it. You see, flat side to the back, pointy side to the front. There you go. And that's the two legs. Put that over to the side, and let's get started on the waist, which immediately starts off with a lot of A, B, and PC. A39. Let's just grab all the parts we know we need from A. It's funny, once you've been building for long enough, you just start to recognize parts as, oh yeah, that belongs to the waist. Oh, that's a high-grade leg part right there. You can tell what part's the calf, which part's the thigh, all that sort of stuff. Then we head over to B. Oh yeah, these parts here then. Oh, yep, I recognize that bit alright. Grab the beam sabers. And the two side bits of the skirt. Totally looks like it's supposed to come off, but it's apparently not. That's a bit strange. That's all from B. And if I'm right, the rest of the parts are from PC. So let's get to shaven. There you go. I do really like building Gundams. Just have a lot of fun doing it. Yeah, to see the finished product is always such a great moment. That's why I like to keep the parts separate, so I can have it just be a really satisfying bit right at the end, where everything I've been working on comes together. go. Make sure my sleeves stay on. They keep falling down because I'm putting my arms on my desk and then moving them. Yeah, a little bit more. There we go, that's good. Oh, spot down here. Last part. Now then, we're going to need some of these guys, some 9s. They plug in. Wait a minute. I need to check something. Mech 9. Double O Sky. Download manual. No, because I can just open it in the PDF forms. Wherever it is. Okay, here's the manual. Now if I just check the waste. Interesting. Okay, I'm going to keep that up for later. Essentially just that these parts can be put onto the waist of the Double O Sky, which is possibly something I can do something really cool with. I might actually prefer the other way I have it planned, but I already have the materials for doing it this way, so it may be better. Now then, oh, A35, I missed a part. No, did I get it? Yeah, okay, yeah, no, I already have it. Knew it, I know all the parts. I'm getting good at building Gundams now. So, facing with the big bit forwards. Okay, PC1. Put in flat side face up as always. Oh! Hey, look at what I was saying. Oh wait, no, it doesn't work like... Yeah, no, it does. That's where the legs plug in, so it's actually plugging in from the rounded side. Nice. From here... Red part, you can see there's a line and a hole. There's a line on this. It plugs in, and then you go and grab the third PC9. Plug it into the back using the hole. and then that slots into, sorry, just give me a moment. That slots into this part down here. There we go. And then it's covered up using this part with the big, like the longer peg bit going out the back. There's a hole in here right next to that line bit. That just connects in nicely. From there, this bit, PC... Okay, so a couple parts connect together after that. So we get B12 and A36. You see, little peg here, little hole here. The same little pegs, little holes. Those just all connect together. These gaps here, you slide the beam sabers into. Oh. And once they're in, there's connected on nice and properly. Connect that onto the big plug bit here. Now you got your two beam sabers stored. From there, plug these in. Here we go. Now we get two instances of PC2, which are the large ball parts. You turn these into ball pegs. Throw one on here. And you connect. Make sure it's facing the right way around. And then connect. And then there's a little peg in there, or a peg hole in there. I might take the legs off for a moment to help plug this in first. So, do you want to go on or not? Yes, we can get that on, but we can't keep this bit in. Oh, we just had it on backwards, never mind. And that's what was keeping the whole thing from going in, so now that can just be plugged in. And as you spotted just a moment ago, some good hip articulation thanks to it being on, like being able to rotate and all that. Or, you know, like waist articulation, I guess. That is the base guy done. Now we do his wings. Oh. I think I've messed something up here. Yeah. Oh, okay, this bit wasn't properly shaven. so it didn't connect properly. Wiggle it back and forth. This and that. Just snip the part. There we go. Plug that. Plug. Make sure it properly goes in this time. There we go. Plug, and finally plug. And now you've got the two bits there that we're going to have to fill in. So let's hop to it. Starting off, we need C and A. Alright. So from C we get 2 and 3. Three goes here. Not sure what's different between 2 and 3. Oh, yeah, you can see it's more towards this way, so on 3 it'll be more towards that way. Next up, we head over to A, and we get these two parts. $42 goes there. $43 goes over to this one. Then they both use A11, PC11, but that will come in a moment. So these are the last two instances of PC11. So once we get these done, there'll be just 3 more pieces for that runner, which means we're getting quite close to the end. Next up though, we've got to clean up these parts. There we go. Now we get these. we grab these two, grab 11. Plug 11 into the space. Then plug 3 into that. So that it points just along. Same over here. Grab C4, both of them. And B15, which is the 2 GN drives. Here we are. Nearly done with, yep, that's... Alright, there we go, that is one of those done. Now we've got to work on the other blue. And now... one down there. There we go. Head back over to PC as we get PC7. Okay, so both of these, which means there's only one more instance of 1 in the entire thing. There we go. Do the other one. Yep, and now take the 3 plugs, 3 pegs. Does not go on easily, I must say. There we go. Now, get nice and plugged in. good rotation on it. Oh. Oh, can't really be taken out now though, can it? This one got put in slightly wrong. Can we fix it? I don't think so. So we have to take the GN drive out. I don't think I can pull that one off. Maybe, just maybe. Yes! There we go. Plug it in nice and properly. Oh, because it was on right this time, the GN drive just went on. Plug that in. There we go. Now we just need to do little side pieces, and we'll have made base 00 just with some extra knee pieces. For now though, we just throw them over to the side, start getting to work on some of the weapons. We're not going to do the GN swords just yet. Lots of parts from F now. Now then, 23, which is this green part. When 19. Here's 19. This one over here. Ooh. Alright, dealt with the alarm. Done the thing that the alarm was reminding me to do before the stream started, just to make sure I had it done. So that's not an issue. Oh, hello. This handle has a bit along the back you could fit something into. That's interesting. Last but not least, just cleaning off this part here. Especially the back bit, you want that to be flat, because it is very clearly meant to be sliding into something nice and snug. Yeah, that'll do. Now then. Yep, nice and snug. With the trigger facing forwards, connect it onto here. F21, 24, and 13. So there's 13. Here's 21. And 24. Where is 24? Oh, here's 24. Quickly clean up all these parts. Just going to put it on this to make it easier to work with. I've got to say, these tweezers are very multi-purpose. Yep, there we go. That just plugs on there. Alrighty then, what else needs to be scraped? This bit here. Alright, next up. This part needs a decal, one of the last two decals to be applied to it. Oh no, there's 3 instances of this decal. There we go. Not exactly sure where this plugs into though. Oh, okay. So it just plugs in there like that. This side plugs over. Missed a spot. There we go. Now we need F4, 18, and 20. Here is 18. Here is 4. And where is 20? Here's 20. Oh, it's one of the side handles. we go. Now then, blue part connects into this section, like this, I believe. No? How does it connect in then? Ah, okay. Boom. This part clips on here, and then can be pulled out for the other hand to hold on to. And then this part connects. You'll see there's a gap here where this thing is surrounded by, and then this clips over that gap. See, this one has a little this one has a little thinner inner section that lines up with that bit I mentioned earlier to form a completed hilt, which I actually noticed looks a lot like the other. No, it actually doesn't, never mind. But so we got the completed hilt here for the big sword form. Then what you can do, flip that up, flip that down, have the Gundam hold that, and this flips down onto the Gundam's arm and can actually connect into it. Into the back bit here. I think. No, it kind of just lines up with stuff. Let's just connect it on so I can show it off. Connect it in. Then slide it up. Okay, so it's this part pokes out here that connects in. Once that's properly connected, and that clips. Boom, big rifle form. Then of course, flip out the side part. I gotta say, so many kits have these. I don't know how to make them point straight though. Anyway, connect them together nice and properly. That's two-handed for the rifle. And for the final mode of this sword blaster thing, connect these back up together. Flip it down. So it's like this, I guess. And then plug it into this part of the right shoulder. A little bit of movement, but whatever. And that is the first of the big swords added on, which means we now have 3 of the 7 swords connected. Well, 8 swords, but it's the 7 sword, so whatever. So now move you back over to the side. Get everything off the manual. Alright, time for the next part. Let's just straight on to that then. Just uses F and G. Oh, we're on to the big sword now. Okay then. F1 and 2. We also want F5. Yes, that's this one here. And now G1 and 2 being these 2 bits. Yes, these 2 form one big blade then. Likely have some green particles going between them. Now let's get cleaning. Couldn't get at that one while it was on the runner. Bit of an awkward angle, but now we can get to it. Yeah, see, like, they have it pointing straight forwards. I don't know how they get that. Like, sure, that's a different weapon than the one we're looking at right now, but still. Alright. Let's just keep working. Sort all that junk out later. Now we get the sword. It's a nice proper hilt to it. 3 and 17. We got 17 right up here. And 3 down here. And then see the 2 plug bits there, 2 plug bits here. Line plug, line hole. And now, a couple of things to grab. F7, the big blue part. G1 and 3. It says there's some note about the middle part, but I can't read that. So hopefully it's nothing too important. And I'll grab F6 and 16 in a minute. Then we put them together. Yep, that's all good when it comes to scuff marks. F, 6 and 16. part gets plugged in somewhere here. Okay, so they're facing up this way. Like this, I guess? That doesn't look right, though. Oh, yeah, no, it does say make sure to take this bit off. So that's just extra plastic that's there for some reason then. That plugs in there. The little note was to make sure the bit that sticks out is sticking out, not inwards to this bit. 2 peg bits here, connect onto that. Now that can... I was going to say slide in or out, doesn't really seem to be able to. Nope, it all locks into place. Really looks like it should be able to slide up and down though. And then there's just some exposed parts, I guess. No, it does show it sliding. Also shows some parts being attached, but it doesn't say where. Doesn't have a... Oh, wait, there's missing. I missed bits. Oh, ow. It does go down. At which point we go over to C. Get both the 13s up here. Which way does it connect in? There we go. Hasn't been put all the way in, so I need to get these off. There we go. It's a little movable, but that's fine, I guess. Does seem like it's meant to go down a bit more, though. Not forcing it, though. Don't want to risk breaking it. But it is meant to go down so there's no gap between the bits. See that gap there? That's meant to be gone. Okay, and these fold in. And it is stored. Yeah, so this is, with these flipped out, that's combat mode. You can get 2 hands on that for the big sword. And then for storage mode, these come off. No, they don't. I was thinking they didn't really seem to have to do with anything. Don't know where I got the idea that they come off. But yeah, that's not supposed to be like that. This part gets pulled out. Okay, that's weird. It's just meant to pop out. Doesn't really want to, though. Okay, this is where I got the idea of it coming out. Wait a minute. I've attached them too low down is the problem. No, I've attached them properly. Yeah, it's definitely gotten messed up somewhere. So we're gonna have to start to disassemble this thing to figure out what's gone wrong. That's annoying. thing would like to come off, that would be very nice. Oh, there we go. Now it's clicked down fully. You can see this part's meant to be able to go all the way up, but it's refusing to move for some reason. So, off, there we go. Why does this not want to move? That's... oh, oof. That almost went terribly. Did I maybe put it in backwards? No, we need the flat side face in this, so I definitely didn't put it on wrong. Guess it's just meant to be a little tough to move. That was more than a little. There we go. Okay, now this part doesn't want to go back on. Everything's on properly. Should just connect. this one doesn't want to click down again either. Oh, okay, that's down now properly. That's click. That's not the right thing clicked in, I don't think. It just does not want to do its job, huh? That's really annoying. Let me get these gloves off and try something. Alright. Got it out. I had to put in this and like wrench it out. Problem still stands about these though. Doesn't want to go in. Does also have a two-handed mode where like this flips down, it's wielded like this, but let's just be grateful for what we got. And plug it in. GN drive just neatly plugging into that whole bit. Alright, this is yes, this will be the last bit that I work on today. So it is a lot of A. And despite not saying it, this part is done twice. And then we need... oh, because it's like reverse, so it's done twice. Just in another bit. Alright, so we'll do it one at a time then. And then 20... 22... 24... 'and now we just pop off the same bits but for the opposite one. Oh, that's not good. Let's just take these ones, put them here, and hope for the best. Let's clean them up. There we go. Clean up this part as well, just to be safe. There we go. And now these are where the last two decals go. So that means we need this one. These haven't been scraped yet, so there we go. A19, seems we missed a part. Gotta grab both instances of it. Plug it in so that the trigger is facing forwards. Yeah, plugged in nice and properly. Now we head over to G. Get 10. Get 7. Now these parts I kind of got busted up. There's a short blade. There we go. And now F14. Grab F and get 14. Here we go. Wait. Yep, that's 14. It'll connect on like that. This part connects on here like so. Then you've got this blade here. That's not actually what it does, because now you grab G5 . You make sure that's properly scraped down. Okay, so yep, so it connects in like so. That slots in nicely. That gets connected on. Head over to C and get C1. There we go. Plugs on like so. And finally, making sure it's facing the right direction, plug it in like that. Oh. So this is rifle mode. And then this is sword mode. Very nice. Oh yeah, see, it's over here. And in sword mode, I like to make sure that's properly plugged in there. It connects to the the right side. There we go. Oh, there we go. Oh, sorry, didn't know someone had joined. My apologies. No, this is the Seven Sword G. It's similar to the Riser. If you go to the timeline, the Riser is actually goes the Exia, 00, then the Riser, then the Exia Repair, then the Seven Sword. Yeah, I saw about G. Okay, somebody mentioned just jokingly referring to it as Gquuuuux, and that's how that's the only way I can pronounce it now. Till the new series comes out and we get the actual pronunciation of the name, it's all I can hear it as. Alright, here's the other parts for the little one. So let's get them all scraped and prepared. And then I did that one earlier by mistake, and this is the last one that needs some work. Now then, these two parts go together, form that. And the reason they're two separate ones is because we get the cool little wire. Do that in a bit though. First of all, we need to get the clear part. Gotta brush it up. Wipe it dry and then put the decal on. And that is the final decal applied. Oh, I messed it up, so I've got to take it off. Yes, that one wasn't perfect, but whatever. There's this little generic Gundam blaster. Line those up. Throw the wire in this end. Alright, I gotta straighten this out. It is having some troubles. love that the short blade, thanks to having a little whip form, is the longer reaching of the GN blades. Anyway, I'm not able to get this on, which is annoying. Oh, there we go. Got a little blade that goes out, attached by a wire. For when in sword mode. Oh, yeah, see, I cannot get that to stay on. Either way. That plugs in nicely and goes on the other side. You see, we've got the short blade over this side. So now we've got to have him sitting face down, otherwise he'll make the swords go all over the place. So now, all of these are done doubles. The little katars. I actually really like katars. They're nice little weapons. Then we head over to F. Get the GN blades of them. And get the little handles. Yeah, since there's nothing else, we'll just cut off the beam saber bits now and then throw them off to the side. And that is that runner completed. Shave down the beam sabers so that they're not stuck with little bits of scuff. Nubs, that's what they're called. I've been referring to it as scuff because I couldn't remember the word for it. almost everything taken off. Alright, let's put these together. Oh wait, this is one of the small ones. Now we head over to C for some more parts. Not gonna lie, these look like Space Invader ships. That gets plugged in, and then this plugs in. It closes up, or it stays out. And this other side. And closes around that. You got the guitar, and closes up. There we go. I believe that's both of them clean now. Yep. So then we get that. Plugs in there. Plugs in there. Now you got dual guitars, which are stored via the holes here and the little canisters on the side, which makes me think that the canisters are made just to refuel those. But there we go. Now I just want to check something. Yeah, that's it. This is the completed .007 sword / G. Now I just need to gloss and panel line it. So that's what the next stream is going to be. I will be throwing on a bit of gloss and then using the new panel lining stuff I got for a stream, and then doing the rest of the panel lining off stream that like isn't used, like the gloss can't be used for. And then future, like I'll gloss and panel line the next one on stream, and then after that probably just start doing it off stream. Because I want to do it a couple times just so I can show how I'm getting better at using the stuff, and then do the boring stuff off stream essentially. So until next time, I will see you guys till next time, I'll see you guys next time. I'll see you later. Bye.